In this video, I hope to explain a method that I think is very helpful to improvise music or improvise a bass line. So everything you're going to hear in this video is going to be based around this backing track you're hearing in the background, which is downloadable for free on my website. More on that later. So the chords are going to be E minor and A. And when I'm creating a bass line, I'm going to start with those root notes, E and A, and put them over their respective chords. And when I'm doing that, I want to try to put them where I think they should go. So the first thing you want to do is really listen to the groove. And then when you get a feel for it, you can like... And to be honest, that's your job, really. As a bass player, everything other than that is an embellishment. That's keeping that consistent groove is so important, and making a bass line feel good. When I say a bass line should feel good, it should be catchy, first of all. Like, you should be able to hear it in your ear right after the first time and sing it again. And in addition to being catchy, it should also be smooth. It shouldn't sound jumpy. It shouldn't sound choppy. And we're going to get into some of that a little later on, I think. But once you've kind of got that, like, that root note groove down, we can start thinking about adding some other notes to make it sound interesting. And a great place to start is with fifths and octaves. So the fifth shape here and the octave shape. And using that to kind of weave it into that rhythm you were already doing, right? And after the fifths and octave, we could start thinking about adding some other notes from different scales. And I'm going to make a whole video on how to do this later on. But for now, the scales that we're going to be working with are E Dorian and A Mixolydian. So that E Dorian scale is going to start on the low E string. And it's going to move up like this. That A Mixolydian scale is going to start on the 5th fret of the E string. And when you're improvising a bass line, you want to take the scale, and when I say the scale, I mean that hand position, those notes from the E Dorian scale, and put it over the E minor. And you want to take the hand position and the notes from the A Mixolydian and put it over the A major chord. So if I was using some of these notes from E Dorian to improvise over that E part, and then I would move up to the A shape, right? Now, hang on. That note that I just used was from out of the key. That is called a chromatic approach tone, and they are very, very important, and they sound great. So what that is this note that I played, A flat or G sharp, is not in either of those scales. It's not in the key of E minor. But I'm putting it in that bass line anyway because it sounds smooth getting to that root note A. You could think of it as the leading tone of A. So it's got that like kind of thing going, and it sounds really good, especially when you approach it from a different note. So I'm starting with those first couple of notes of the E Dorian scale. I'm playing 1, 2, 3, and then chromatic up to that A. And that sounds really good when you go like that. You can also do a chromatic approach from above. And weaving all of these different things into your bass lines is going to make it sound more interesting, and it's going to be more fun to play when you start experimenting with a lot of these different concepts. It's important when you're doing this, though, to keep the groove. That's your job. Keep the groove. Whatever you're doing, unless you're straight up taking a solo, keep the groove. Keep the bass line. You can play whatever notes you want, but my serious recommendation is the best place to start with this is just go for it. You know, play the groove. Try some new things. Start simple. Start with that root note motion and the fifths and octaves, and experiment with some different rhythms and some different patterns, and then move on to some more like advanced concepts with the scales. But there's no shortcut to doing this. You know, there's no other way to make this make sense to you than if you physically play it and you visualize it on your instrument. Or you work at it. That's the nice thing about this. You're guaranteed to improve. You're guaranteed to get there. It's not like something that, oh, I don't have the skills, I don't have the natural talent to be able to do this kind of thing, so I won't be able to get it. That's not true at all. Like, hear the music as if it came from somebody else and judge it that way and make adjustments to it like that. I've been experimenting with this some new video formats, and let me know in the comments if you guys like this thing or what you would like to see in the future from me. Make sure you guys hit the like button and the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow this channel, and that is really the best way to support this. My website, maxparati.com. That's where you can download the backing track for free. It is up there on the website. Just go to the tabs and backing track section and click this video. All you have to do is sign up with your email. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.